Avatars International here at Panacea de la Montana, outside of Tamarindo, Costa Rica. Mary Byerly and I are hostessing trainings, and they're called retreats. And it's really important for us to understand in the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching, one of the indicators of true leadership is knowing and discerning when to retreat. Mary, tell us about yoga retreats.
They're a real great opportunity for people to be able to step away from what is my responsibilities and all those things that keep us in the day-to-day, and be able to come and have time to come into ourselves, to be able to release some of that stuff. And now it's time for me to start looking deeply inward. And I think the importance of a retreat is taking a period of time. It takes sometimes for us to, I've got to set that aside to feel safe enough, secure enough to be able to really open up and start to find what's in. And then also time to be able to understand, how do I use what I learn to then take it back out and into my life again.
Talk about taking it back. I have a very conscious and conscientious awareness that oftentimes in retreat we don't spend enough time with the steps to reintegration and going back. How do you do that?
I think it's with that awareness in mind. From holding retreats, from holding trainings where people step away from that for a while, we do some deep work. And that deep work changes who we are on a fundamental basis. And so we have to realize that going back, our lives are not really truly going to be the same. And we have to prepare for how are we going to handle that, and also how are we going to be aware other people will now see the difference in us as well. And there are steps and there's preparations with a good person holding that in their retreat. The acknowledgement that that ending of the retreat needs to be part of that to help prepare you for going out into the world.
So I'm really excited actually about coordinating and choreographing a dance of such divine order at Monteverde at Finca Camino Nuevo in Semana Santos. I think we're really outrageous as women to do that retreat during Holy Week.
Absolutely. And it's going to be powerful.
And it's going to be powerful.
Yes.
So one of the awarenesses that I had about this particular retreat, and it really gave me like a synchronization with many other retreats, is that when you come into retreat, you're actually entering community.
Absolutely.
You're entering a sacred space that's already been developed. And you just have to drop out of story and all the struggle that it took you to get there. And then when you walk into that door, for instance, for us, of the Maloka, and you take your seat on that cushion, it's important to remember on retreat that you're seated in the seat of people who've struggled just like you. You're seated in that place where it's like, oh my God, am I going through mental emotional detox? And our response is, yes, you are. And you're seated in that place of, this field is a field of assurance. You can relax. You can let go. Your responsibilities or duties or roles out there, they were false gods anyway. What we're bringing you to in retreat is this true nature of self, this true inner guide that is waiting to awaken through all of those peeled away layers, to awaken to your heart, to say, wow, I can trust my heart again. I know who and what I am.
Right.
So speak to me about when you're in the middle of a retreat, say 3, 4, or 5 days. I call it the shit hits the fan.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, that's just it. We have to recognize the fact that as we peel the layers, I love that analogy, and it's kind of like you have to leave a couple of those layers at the door before you walk in. And then you're going to start to bear some more. And underneath that, you're going to find some layers that may not be so pretty because you've been covering them over. But the best thing is it's that bringing shadow to light. Is that when you do that, it's like bringing up from what's kind of created a boil underneath you. As you bring that up and you dig that stuff out, is that you're going to find the healthy tissue underneath. But the middle part of the retreat, absolutely, that's when it happens. And I tell people when they come in, especially for teacher trainings, because we get really intense in there, is you're going to find times when you're going to hate yourself, you're going to hate everyone else, but then you're going to start to find that love again. All right, that's that healthy tissue underneath. But we have to dig out that stuff, otherwise it's going to continue to be unhealthy. And that's never a good thing. It's got to come up at some point. A retreat is the safest place for that to happen.
Beautiful, yeah. Clarissa Estes Pincola of Women Who Run with the Wolves says that we all belong to the Scar Club.
Yep.
And their inner scars, their mental scars, their emotional scars, their psychic scars.
Yep.
And so there's that place in the middle of retreat where I'm just hitting the scars now. But underneath, I love that word tissue, underneath that scarred tissue, there is health wanting to emerge.
Absolutely.
And so it's important for you people who come on retreat to choose women like Mary and I, choose people with deep experience. And I'm going to say this word, character, with essences, with qualities. Honestly, Mary and I could probably give you an arm's length of all of our trainings, all of our credentials. It's not going to feed the inner place in you that needs assurance. What you're really smelling, tasting, and feeling is the assurance of our experience, is the knowing, hey, we've been there, we've unzipped, we've stepped out, and yeah, we got shot at, but guess what, we're here anyway. And I literally mean it. My life has been threatened for carrying the medicine of the woman that I carry. Many times in Mexico and in Canada. Ironically enough, not so much in United States, which always surprises me. The Americans actually invite me to come and live with them, which is really surprising.
Wow, cool.
With the same token, I just want you to hear this, that there's a choreography that is done by the divine self. And that in a retreat, Mary and I and other co-facilitators with mature experience are actually holding a higher light. Like in the sweat lodge, we're holding the star. We're holding that higher light, and when you empty, peel away the layers, go beneath the scar, go beneath the original wounding, and that's where we're going in Semana Santos. We're going to the original wounding of women. So it's a big piece. It's beyond the iconography in the conversations about churches and religion. We're going back to Madre Tierra Pachamama. And that's what you offer here at Panacea de la Montana. We're giving you an opportunity to get on the yoga mat of your life. For us at Camino Nuevo, we're giving you an opportunity to get on the path, Camino Nuevo. Something new is happening on the planet. And Mary and I, as mature sisters of Great Spirit, who are holding this light for you, we want you to come. Take time out. Say, no more. If you're tired, honor it. If you're exhausted, honor it. If you're weary to your bones, honor that. Don't plow over, say, I gotta just keep on working. You're gonna head into something else. I was almost gonna say hip replacement.
It's time. You know, taking that time for you is not only going to benefit you in the immediacy, but you're going to ripple that out, not only into the people around you, but into our world. And that's what's needed right now. Step into it.
You're going to be the stepping in for hundreds of other people. As you step into it and hold that space, you will have an inner retreat space, an inner refuge space. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I take refuge. So that's one of the great teachings of Gautama Buddha, Gautama meaning compassion. So Mary and I invite you to have great compassion and great listening and have great peace and co-create together. Come on, retreat with us. Om Mate, Om Matakwiyasa. Namaste. So good.
Should we just keep on a roll here? Let's see, what other topics should we come?